Oh son, are you pink? Do you go oink oink? Do you run on all fours with hooves? Then why do you act like a pig in Minecraft? Why do you desire some fucking carrot on a stick to chase, or you can't really do what you need to be doing? So many motherfuckers are comfortable in just pussies nowadays. Oh, I can't do that. I don't know my purpose yet. I'm having so much. Why do you need some superficial divine purpose? Why? Why can't you not know your purpose and just do certain parameters that you know you need to be doing no matter what, no matter if you have your purpose or what? There's a good list of them. And then just try different interests until you find it. Why are people so worried about the fucking purpose? Oh, I can't find it. It's so hard for me to find my purpose. Stop being weak. You will never, most likely, these purposes, I don't even know where this recent infatuation with the word purpose came from. Most people find something in life that they think, oh, I'm destined to do this, and then they get bored with it 2 years later and go into something else. You need to stop worrying about purpose. It will come. What you need to be doing in life, what you should be doing for the rest of your life, will come eventually. But there are certain parameters you need to be doing. I'll lay them out for you. I'll lay them out for you. You need to be having some level of fitness. You don't have to be a power lifter, a marathon runner, a bodybuilder. You don't have to do anything that's in style or the norm nowadays. Fuck, if you like to walk, if you like to hop on one leg and scratch your head like an idiot, whatever gets your heart rate pumping, it's just physical health. That's all it is, getting some sort of sweat going where it just fucking drips off of you, son. That's all physical fitness is, and that's all you need it to be. You don't have to have some big expectation. Just get outside and get moving for at least an hour a day like they said on fucking Disney Channel. The second parameter you know you need to fix and you should just have on autopilot is your diet. Don't eat like shit all the time. You don't have to eat like a fucking Liver King Paul Saladino motherfucker or some vegan. You don't have to go to an extreme. You know that you should just be eating some natural shit. Most of this processed shit they make in labs and shit like that to be all the same individual like this, and you don't need that. You know what you need. Stop being stupid. The third thing that you need on autopilot: be social. Go out and talk to people. Have some social skills. Don't be a little fucking, oh, well, I have social anxiety, I can't talk to them. That's bullshit, dog. That's pussy. There's the fourth thing you need. Have some sort of thing to have your mental clarity going good. You want that mental clarity. You want that spirituality. You want to be clear-headed. You can't go and destroy your dragon, which is your purpose, your goals, whatever the fuck you want to call it, with a dull sword, your sword being your mind. There's just these basic parameters that you need to follow and just have them on autopilot. You do them no matter what through discipline. These are things that will take up time in your day where you're not just mindlessly scrolling or doing bullshit. That's why I preach against video games so much. I don't care if you play video games. I don't care if you jump off a bridge, to be honest. If I don't know you. But video games are the biggest time waster. They'll take up, you're not playing just an hour a day. You're playing until you get to a certain point where you feel comfortable to get off, which is normally longer than an hour a day. And these are the biggest time wasters. Whenever you start implementing all of these autopilot parameters, you realize how much time is actually needed to do these real life things instead of these online things. So you'll learn to allocate your time wisely. And usually the first thing that goes, mindless pleasures. You can get the same amount of dopamine fulfilling hits from learning more about shit online or whatever. Just learning. You can get more dopamine. You can get the same level of dopamine from a video game or these bad habits as you can from learning more and learning things you're interested in. You have to walk before you run, dog. Fuck all the bullshit. It's about subtracting. Subtract this big amount of pressure of finding a purpose, and in that void add in these parameters and learn to master them to a degree. You don't have to be the fucking biggest bodybuilder. You don't have to be the biggest Zen monk. You don't have to be fucking Liver King dialed in and all that. You just have to have a certain level in these parameters where you feel comfortable and that they're not going to just go away if you break them. David Goggins talks about this shit a lot. He came up with the phrase perform without purpose. He talks about this shit all the time. Everyone needs some big big goal ahead of them. If you're in school, you need to get good grades so you can do this and do good on the test. Or if you're a bodybuilder or powerlifter, you got to do good at this meet. But whenever off season is, oh, I can just fuck off and binge and have fun at off season. Fuck that, bruh. There was this thought that I had the other day whenever I was at work. And it pretty much just went, I started thinking about all the people that call self-improvement cringe, all the gym people, they call them cringe for working out and all this shit, or really going after their goals and dreams. Anybody who doesn't drink, they call the sober people lame and all that. And it's all these people who their entire existence is this philosophy of, oh, be free, go with the flow, you can't change life, we don't know why we were here, blah, blah, blah. And they talk about that shit, and it even has a bit of nihilism in the way that they talk. But for so many people, myself included, self-improvement gives us the most fulfillment. It is that, I want you to think about the time where there's no goal, nothing. The only goal is to finish the suffering in front of you. To finish the running, finish the workout, and you say you haven't, your first time ever working out in the gym, your first time running, wherever position you were at before, your first time reading a book, whatever. I want you to think back to those times and then think about how you felt after you pushed yourself to accomplish it. It's pushing yourself. And if I feel super good about pushing myself and I love that feeling afterwards, why wouldn't I just do that over and over? Oh, you can't recover properly. Fuck that, bruh. Maybe what makes me happy is just pushing myself to the limits. So you don't need this golden purpose. And see, I think a lot of this purpose comes from it is everyone wants to walk into the, they want to walk out into the sunset. They want to have a big old break moment after they accomplish their task or their purpose. There is no trophy in life. This whole entire journey of life just leads you to death. Whenever you set these big old goals, it's just all comes, people do it because they want that moment at the end of the race. Why don't you make them moments every single fucking day, doing these parameters that I'm talking about every day? The gym, the fucking nutrition, the socializing, the whatever other interest you have in life. Make all of these aspects a purpose in your life. You don't need one sole purpose. You can use all of these as a purpose and a reason for living. You see all these really successful, rich, celebrity people who seem like they have everything going for them, and then they fucking kill themselves. That shows you that moment from success is not everything. That's why they tell you money and all this shit. If your purpose is to find some way to make a bunch of money, it will not buy you happiness. You need that mental clarity, that satisfaction in yourself. I can talk about things that have been eating me for 3 years, things that have been weighing my mind and the most painful things in my life. I can openly talk about them online to possibly millions of people because it doesn't bother me anymore. Working out and doing all this shit and staying busy and working this construction job while also doing all this shit, just pushing myself to the limits and making my resume list has done wonders for my mental health. I don't have some divine purpose. I think about it all the time. Is my purpose family? Is my purpose money? Is my purpose being really good in this craft? I don't fucking know what my purpose is. And I really think that most people don't. They just get on here and they make a bunch of money in self-improvement, tending to a bunch of incel babies. I see all these memes on there. This is what my parents were like at 20 and this is what I'm like at 20. Lame. That's fucking lame, bro. I'm better than my parents at 20 most likely. I'm getting more shit done. I don't practice hedonistic bullshit. You don't have to confine to the norm. You can do what you want. And if what you want and what makes you feel the best is just exerting as much energy into something in life, then there you go, dog. You don't need a fucking purpose. One last little note to put this whole thing into perspective, old son. I saw a Rick Rubin podcast. He's the guy who started Def Jam, done everything from Adele, System of a Down, Chili Peppers, Eminem, Beastie Boys. Pretty much has a music roster, one of the best producers ever. He said that I've achieved my old dreams. He was on a podcast. He's not saying that like he's worried about it because it was years ago. He's like, I achieved everything I'd been working for and I felt like it was all for nothing. He said, I felt useless. And you hear this through a lot of different people. Oh, I achieved this upper echelon, I achieved this so much things, but it didn't really make me happy at the end of the day. And then you also hear, oh, the journey, enjoy the journey, it's all the process. Well, maybe it is. Maybe you don't need a fucking purpose. Maybe maybe the whole thing is about what you do during it that makes you happy. That feeling, them little moments of whenever you finish running. Them moments where you learn about yourself. That's what Goggins preaches all the time, is you learn so much about yourself through suffering every single time. That's why we put people who have been through so much shit on a pedestal, is because you learn more. Whenever a family member dies, you come out on the end of it, and whenever you're finally through the cloud of bullshit, you have grown as a person. Whenever you go through college, which people say is really, really hard, you grow as a person on the end of it. So maybe it's these things along the way that grow, that you have fun doing, that you have them moments. Maybe it's not the end purpose. It comes back to the myth of Sisyphus. If you've ever read the book by Camus, The Myth of Sisyphus, it's about this guy, Greek myth, pushes a rock up a hill, comes back down, pushes a rock up a hill, comes back down, pushes a rock up a hill, comes back down. That is life. That is life. And what Camus says is it is not about chasing a positive experience, because life inertly does not give you a positive experience. People die gruesome deaths. Terrible shit in the world happens. There's evil in the world. It is about accepting these and learning to face it and coming out on the other side of it and persevering. To me, this all is just a big test. And see, some people, this might sound like I'm steering towards nihilism or whatever, but no. In fact, there's two roads with what I've told you that you can steer down. You can steer down that nihilism route, or for recently, I guess, what I call it is the Goggins route. The fuck it, dog. I love the feeling I feel after I suffer. So I'm going to get real comfortable with suffering. I'm going to push myself to my absolute fucking limits until I cannot go any further, till people laugh, make fun, think you're weird, and I will be weird. I will be different. We will be the uncommon in the uncommon people. That is what you have to do. Goggins talked about it whenever I heard it, about how comfortable he is in his own mind, how happy he is. And I didn't believe him back then whenever I just saw him as the running fucking cringy dude. But I've been just divulging myself into what he's been saying and taking it at face value and putting it into practice in my own life. And I've never felt more fucking happy before. I've never been able to speak my most painful moments to different people so openly. Never been so confident. Never had so much social freedom. Maybe it is learning about yourself through pain. So stop worrying and stressing out so much about it, dog. Keep on grinding with the shit you know you need to be doing, and have a great fucking day. Chase paper and enjoy nature, old son.